God, thank you so much for the opportunity we had to just come together and be real and talk a little bit, man. It's such an awesome thing. I pray specifically for today that you will move and you will speak in a powerful way, God. I think we're speaking about something that really everyone's struggled with a little bit. And I pray that we'll all be able to help each other get over it and through it and stronger because of it together. In Jesus' name, Lord. Amen. Cool. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but about 3 or 4 months ago, there was sort of like a pandemic thing that hit. Was you guys aware? Did you hear a little bit? Yeah? Yeah. So, now, I don't know about for you, but for me, this was a crazy, disruptive thing. I think it hit all of us in different ways, right? Like for instance, pretty much everything that I like to do pre-corona changed during corona, yeah? I'll give you some examples. Daily routines for me through Matt's week, like Taco Tuesday every single Tuesday. Raise your hand if you've been to Taco Tuesday before at El Toro. So, if you have not been to Taco Tuesday before, unfortunately, you haven't lived yet, because Taco Tuesday, $1 tacos, all you can eat. It's a good time. So every Tuesday I get a Taco Tuesday with friends. All of a sudden, restaurants close. Life's a little different there. On top of that, one thing I'm still working through, I'm still getting through, every year since I was a little boy, I made a March Madness bracket. Unfortunately, March Madness did not happen last year, right? And I don't know, Ross, are you still working through it? I'm still working through it. I'm still grieving a little bit. Sports were different. Taco Tuesday was different. Hanging with friends was different. All of a sudden, school was different. I'm in college, you guys are in school. Online school was not the same. It was difficult. It was kind of annoying, right? All types of differences over and over and over again. And then kind of to top it all off for me, one thing that was weird, man, growing up my entire life, my family's life, our routine was every Sunday morning. We come to church, you get a youth group, you hang out, you see some people, you see your church family. The online church thing was cool, but I think we could all agree it's not quite the same, right? So over and over again, routine after routine after routine was different. It changed, and it threw me out of whack a little bit. But it wasn't just my school life, it wasn't just my friend's life, it was my emotional life as well, and on top of that, even my spiritual life was thrown a little bit out of whack. And maybe you guys are in the same place. The truth is, I would bet that you weren't. Maybe you're in a place where you felt real close to God before Corona, and it's dude, we were gearing up for all this awesome summer stuff. It's still going to happen. Trust me with that. It's going to be awesome. But all this stuff, and you're dang, man, CIY was canceled. That was a bummer. Some other stuff going on was canceled. That was a bummer. And all of a sudden, you found yourself feeling farther from God than you have in a while. And man, if that's you, let me just tell you, it's okay. Man, you're not broken. You're not an outlier there. I think we're all feeling it. I think we've all felt it. I've felt it myself. And with that, dude, the whole point of today is to start a conversation. This lesson's just kind of the forefront, but also in our small groups, talking about how we can get that spiritual fire back. And on top of that, too, we've got 3 laser simple ways. 3 laser simple things that if you practice them, I promise you, it'll help you get back into that routine and start growing closer to God than you've ever been before. Now, with that being said, I want to kick this off with one of my favorite pieces of scripture. So we're going to look here in the book of James. Man, I just love the book of James. This is James chapter 4, verses 7 and 8. We got that up there too. So it says this, it says, submit yourselves then to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. Come near to God and he will come near to you. Such a cool verse. Submit yourselves then to God. Everybody say submit. Submit yourselves then to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. Come near to God and he will come near to you. So we're going to break this down one line at a time. The first word I want to talk about there is that word submit. What does it mean to submit yourselves to God? What do you guys think? What do you think it means to submit yourself to God? It's kind of different. It's kind of weird. Anyone got an idea? Yeah. What? Say it louder. Give it a what? Give yourself away. Totally. Cool. I got you. Anybody else? Submit yourselves to God. What do you think? Anybody else? No? So here's what I thought, because it is a little complicated. I was thinking through it. To me, submit yourself to God. She said, give yourself away. I think that totally. And on top of that, simple, just humble yourself. Man, humble yourself before God. Every single day, wake up and look yourself in the mirror and be like, look man, God, I know that I am not you, but I'm trying to just honor you with my life. Man, get on your hands and knees and pray to him and just be like, look God, man, I'm sorry I kind of drifted in my faith. Man, I'm sorry that I haven't made you as much of a priority as maybe I should have. Be real with God. Submit yourself to him. Be humble and tell him, I know I need to grow. God, help me grow. It starts off with submit yourself to God. So the first thing you can do to get that spiritual fire back is to humble yourself. Everybody say humble. Be humble. Be humble. It's so important, man. If you want to grow spiritually, you've got to be willing to be humble, man. God works through us when we're humble. So, the second thing we're going to talk about here, can you go ahead and throw that piece of scripture back up, Josh? It's run from temptation. And it says this, it says, resist the devil, and he will flee. Now, the devil is not something that we really talk about a ton here at Midway. I mean, every once in a while we do. But specifically in a youth context, we don't really talk about it a ton. You know, maybe we even should a little bit more. It's kind of a little weird. So nonetheless, here's what I want you to know. The devil is actually real. It's a real thing. We don't talk about it a lot, but it's a real thing. And with that being said, the devil doesn't necessarily want to 100% destroy your life. That's not always your game plan. What he wants to do is he wants to hold you back from God's best. If he can take you from doing a 10 out of 10 for God and turn it into a 5 out of 10, that's a win for him. If he can cause you to stumble just in little ways, or if he can cause you to stumble in big ways, nothing makes him happier. Now, with that being said, man, when sin creeps into your life, it can definitely make like a life-changing difference for the worst, but not all sin's that way. Not everything's like a life-changing thing. However, when we fall into temptation time and time again, it takes away us living for God's best. It takes away us living for God's plan for your life. He's got a plan for your life. That's why it's so important for us to resist temptation. So the second way for us to get our spiritual fire back is to run from temptation. And there's a piece of scripture in the Bible where there was this dude who was actually tempted with a lady, which, by the way, if you're a dude in here, if you're a lady in here, well, the first thing that's going to jack you up is a relationship. So just know that. Tread lightly there. And he was in a place where he was tempted with a lady. So once again, a lady can jack you up. It's happened to me. It happens all the time. And he literally had to run away. Physically run away from this lady. Like straight skirt out of the room. Like run away. We're talking that, like physically distancing yourself. Man, if you're in a place where you're in like a friendship where someone's tempting you, or you're in like a relationship where someone is tempting you, or something on the internet, whatever it is for you, you might have to physically run. Like, you might have to physically distance yourself from that thing. You might have to be like, dude, not staying on my phone until 2 in the morning, man. I'm not going over to that friend's house on Friday night because I know they're up to no good. That sort of idea. Sometimes you have to physically move yourself from that situation. So, dude, if you want to grow spiritually, if you want to get that fire back, you've got to humble yourself and you've got to run from temptation. Go ahead and throw up the last part of that verse for us, Josh. This is James 4:8. This is my favorite part here. And so, remember this always. If there's a piece of scripture, remember, this is a good one. Remember this always. Regardless of what happens to you in life, I don't care if you're 40 or 50 years old and you're like, I haven't been to church in 30 years. This applies to you. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter what you've been through. God is always going to love you and he's always going to be there for you. So remember James 4:8. Come near to God and he will come near to you. Another version of this says, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. That's sort of idea. So dude, regardless of where you're feeling right now, whether you're at a place where you're like, I don't even know if this God thing's real, if that's you, man, tell somebody that. Be real about it. We want to be real here. Talk about it. Talk about it in your small groups. We're here to grow together. Work through those doubts together. But regardless of where you're at, man, if you want to get that spiritual fire back, you got to chase after Jesus. Get back into that routine again. Get back to the start of where you felt him in such a real way. So maybe for you, you're at a place where you're like, dude, there was a time where I was reading my Bible every day or a few times a week. And you're like, I'm not really doing that anymore. I'm not really feeling God. Well, at some point, you kind of got to have a gut check moment and be like, I love you, but God didn't stop reading your Bible to you. You stopped reading your Bible, right? That's sort of idea. Maybe you're in a place where it's like, dude, I haven't been to church in 6 months or 8 months. Now, if it's only 3 or 4 months, there was a pandemic, so you know what I'm saying? But if you're like, yeah, I haven't been to church in a year, dude, maybe you gotta look yourself in the mirror and be like, God didn't stop bringing you to church. I mean, you stopped coming. You know, you gotta jump back on that. Get back to the root of where you experience God. Keep chasing after Him. And the cool thing is, come near to God and He will come near to you. If you chase after God, you are going to find Him. Man, He wants to have a relationship with you. You just got to knock. That door's going to be open. So once again, we got 3 things. If you want to get that spiritual fire back, 3 things. Laser focused. Humble yourself. Everyone say humble yourself. All right. The second one is you got to run from temptation. Say run from temptation. And the third one is you got to chase after Jesus. Chase after Jesus. Let's hear it. Now here's the thing. There's a point to this. Man, every single person in here is struggling with one of these things. Maybe you're struggling with all 3. So the goal for today, I said this lesson is just to start. Small groups is where the magic happens. The lesson's important. Small groups is where the magic happens. Dude, talk about what your thing is. Man, your small group's supposed to be your core. They're the people sharpening you, making you better. Share it. Man, if you're like struggling with the temptation, tell them it's a safe place. It's always going to be a safe place. If you're at a place where, you know, you got to humble yourself, maybe you got some pride, humble yourself and get back to your roots. Get back to praying. Get back to telling God that you messed up. Or maybe you're like, I've sort of drifted in my faith. I got to start chasing after Jesus again. And the cool thing is this is way easier when we're doing it together. We're stronger together. So let's be together. Let's work on these things this week, man. So first one, you gotta humble yourself. You gotta run from temptation. You gotta chase after Jesus. Work on one of those things this week. We're gonna talk more about it. Let's pray together. God, thank you for the fact that you're a God that when we come near to you, you come near to us. You're a God that regardless of how far we've drifted in our faith, whether it's now, whether it's 40 years down the road, man, it doesn't matter to you. You just want us to come home. Man, I pray that today some of us will maybe be able to come home, you know? Some of us will be able to come to you and just share what's really going on. And then we'll take a good look at humbling ourselves. Then we'll take a good look at what's tempting us and share, God, because the first step is to share. And then on top of that, that we'll never stop chasing after you. God, we love you and we praise you in Jesus' name, Lord. Amen.